Picture yourself driving across America in the 1960s. The Interstate Highway System is expanding at an incredible pace. Massive factories are running day and night. New suburbs are appearing across the country. Every grocery store, gas station, and construction site depends on one thing: big rigs. But these weren't the sleek, aerodynamic trucks we see today. They were loud, they were powerful, and they looked like absolute giants on the highway. Some had towering chrome grills. Others had boxy cab-over designs that squeezed every inch of cargo space from the road. Many of these machines became legends, influencing truck designs that are still on American highways more than half a century later. Today, we're counting down 10 of the most iconic American big rig trucks of the 1960s, the machines that helped build modern America. Let's hit the road. Number 10. Ford W Series. Our journey begins with a truck that looked very different from the long-nosed American rigs we know today. The Ford W Series was a cab-over engine, or COE, truck. Instead of placing the engine in front of the driver, Ford positioned it directly beneath the cab. Why? Because in the 1960s, many states limited the total length of tractor-trailers. Every extra foot used by the truck itself meant one less foot available for cargo. By moving the cab over the engine, Ford created a shorter tractor that allowed companies to haul longer trailers while staying within legal limits. The result was a surprisingly practical design. Despite its compact appearance, the W Series was built for serious work. It hauled everything from groceries and industrial equipment to building materials across thousands of miles. Of course, the design had its drawbacks. The driver sat directly above the engine, where heat, vibration, and engine noise were constant companions. Maintenance often required tilting the entire cab forward to access the engine. Still, trucking companies appreciated its efficiency, especially in crowded cities and on routes where trailer length mattered most. Although cab-over trucks would eventually lose popularity in the United States after length restrictions were relaxed, the Ford W Series remains an important chapter in American trucking history. Number 9. GMC Crackerbox. If you've ever seen an old American truck with a perfectly square cab, chances are you've spotted the legendary GMC Crackerbox. Officially part of GMC's heavy-duty lineup, drivers quickly gave it the nickname Crackerbox because of its box-shaped design. Unlike modern trucks that emphasize aerodynamics, the Crackerbox looked almost like someone had placed a giant steel cube on top of a chassis. But appearances can be deceiving. This truck became one of the hardest working machines of the decade. Its cab-over layout allowed companies to maximize trailer length while remaining within federal and state regulations. It became a common sight hauling freight through busy cities, mountain passes, and America's rapidly growing interstate network. The Crackerbox also featured one of the most recognizable front grills of its era, giving it a bold and unmistakable appearance. Inside the cab, life wasn't exactly luxurious. Drivers dealt with engine heat beneath their feet, limited sleeping space, and plenty of road noise. Long-distance trips demanded endurance as much as driving skill. Yet thousands of truckers respected the Crackerbox because it was dependable. Many remained in service well into the 1970s, proving that durability often mattered more than comfort. Even today, restored Crackerboxes attract crowds at classic truck shows across North America. Number 8. Diamond Reo C-116. When people think about classic American trucks, names like Peterbilt and Kenworth usually come to mind. But in the 1960s, another company built trucks that were just as tough: the Diamond Reo. The Diamond Reo C-116 wasn't designed to be flashy. It was designed to survive. Built with an incredibly strong frame and heavy-duty suspension, the C-116 handled some of the toughest jobs in the trucking industry. Whether hauling steel, timber, heavy machinery, or oversized loads, this truck earned a reputation for reliability. Fleet operators appreciated its rugged construction, while owner-operators valued its powerful engine options and straightforward mechanical design. Unlike many modern trucks packed with electronic systems, the C-116 relied on robust engineering and mechanical simplicity. If something broke, experienced mechanics could often repair it using basic tools. That made it especially valuable in remote areas where specialized service centers were rare. Its distinctive grille, muscular hood, and commanding stance gave it a presence that perfectly matched its hard-working reputation. Although Diamond Reo eventually disappeared as a major truck manufacturer, many enthusiasts still consider the C-116 one of the toughest heavy-duty trucks ever built. Some restored examples are still running today, more than half a century after they first rolled off the assembly line, and that's a testament to just how well these machines were engineered. We've only scratched the surface. The trucks you've seen so far were built for strength and practicality, but the next ones would redefine what American truck drivers expected from comfort, performance, and style. And one of them would eventually become one of the most recognizable semi-trucks in history. Coming up next, the white Freightliner, Autocar A64, International Harvester Transtar, and another truck that changed the future of American trucking forever. Number 7. White Freightliner. By the late 1960s, one company was quietly changing the trucking industry, not by building the biggest trucks, but by building some of the smartest. That company was White Freightliner. Long before Freightliner became one of the world's largest truck manufacturers, it operated under the White Motor Company. During this era, its trucks stood out for one major reason: they were lighter than the competition. While many manufacturers still relied heavily on steel, White Freightliner used lightweight aluminum construction for its cab. This reduced the truck's overall weight, allowing it to carry more cargo without exceeding legal weight limits. For fleet owners, that meant more profit on every trip. The truck also featured a cab-over-engine design, making it ideal for the strict length regulations of the 1960s. Drivers appreciated its excellent visibility. Sitting high above the road gave them a commanding view of traffic, especially in busy cities and crowded loading yards. Of course, like most cab-over trucks of the era, comfort wasn't its strongest feature. The engine sat directly beneath the cab, filling the interior with heat, vibration, and constant mechanical noise. Yet despite these drawbacks, White Freightliner earned a reputation for reliability and efficiency. Its innovative use of lightweight materials would influence truck design for decades to come. Today, Freightliner dominates the North American truck market, and its success can be traced back to these pioneering machines of the 1960s. Number 6. Autocar A64. Some trucks were built to look impressive, others were built to work. The Autocar A64 firmly belonged to the second category. Autocar had already established a reputation for producing rugged commercial vehicles, and the A64 continued that tradition with remarkable durability. This truck wasn't designed for showrooms. It was designed for construction sites, logging operations, mining projects, and long-distance freight routes where failure simply wasn't an option. Its heavy-duty frame could withstand enormous stress, while powerful diesel engines gave it the muscle to haul oversized loads through difficult terrain. Many owner-operators admired the truck's straightforward engineering. There were no complicated electronic systems, no digital displays, just dependable mechanical components that experienced drivers and mechanics understood inside and out. That simplicity became one of the truck's greatest strengths. If something broke hundreds of miles from the nearest dealership, repairs could often be completed using basic tools and mechanical knowledge. In an era when downtime meant lost income, that reliability made the A64 an extremely valuable machine. Although Autocar never reached the same level of popularity as Peterbilt or Kenworth in long-haul trucking, its trucks earned enormous respect throughout heavy industries. Even today, restored Autocar trucks are admired for their unmistakable rugged appearance and legendary toughness. Number 5. International Harvester Transtar. As America's highway network expanded, trucking companies demanded vehicles that could adapt to almost any job. International Harvester answered with one of the most versatile trucks of the decade, the Transtar. Unlike many competitors, the Transtar wasn't limited to a single configuration. Customers could choose between conventional long-nose models and compact cab-over-engine versions, depending on the type of work they needed to perform. This flexibility made the truck popular with both regional fleets and long-haul operators. Whether transporting farm equipment across the Midwest or hauling manufactured goods between major cities, the Transtar proved itself capable of handling nearly every challenge. International Harvester also focused heavily on driver productivity. The cab offered improved visibility, practical controls, and a layout designed to reduce fatigue during long hours behind the wheel. It wasn't luxurious by today's standards, but compared with many trucks of the early 1960s, it represented a noticeable improvement. The Transtar's reputation for dependability helped International Harvester become one of America's leading heavy-duty truck manufacturers during the decade. Thousands of these trucks traveled the growing Interstate Highway System, helping deliver the goods that fueled America's booming economy. Although later generations of the Transtar introduced more advanced technology, the original 1960s models laid the foundation for decades of success. Number 4. Freightliner WFT. As trucking companies searched for greater efficiency, Freightliner introduced another machine that would leave a lasting mark on American highways, the Freightliner WFT. Like many trucks of its era, the WFT featured a cab-over-engine layout, but what set it apart was its focus on maximizing productivity. Every inch of the truck was carefully designed to increase payload capacity while maintaining durability and reliability. Its lightweight aluminum construction allowed operators to carry heavier freight without adding unnecessary vehicle weight. This advantage became especially valuable for companies transporting goods over long distances. The WFT also developed a strong reputation for fuel efficiency compared to many heavier competitors of the time. For fleet owners managing dozens or even hundreds of trucks, those fuel savings added up quickly. Drivers appreciated the truck's excellent maneuverability. Its shorter wheelbase made it easier to navigate crowded urban streets, busy warehouses, and tight loading docks where longer conventional trucks often struggled. Like every cab-over of the era, however, the WFT demanded certain sacrifices. The compact cab offered limited living space, and engine noise remained a constant companion during long journeys. Yet these compromises were considered worthwhile because the truck consistently delivered dependable performance. By the end of the 1960s, Freightliner had established itself as one of America's most innovative truck builders, paving the way for many of the advanced models that would follow. We've now reached the top three. These final trucks didn't just perform well, they became legends. One introduced a bold new design that would define an entire brand. Another earned a reputation as one of the toughest trucks ever built, and the #1 truck became so iconic that even today, it's instantly recognized by truck enthusiasts around the world. Number 3. Mack R Model. By the mid-1960s, one truck had earned a reputation that few competitors could match. It wasn't known for flashy styling. It wasn't the fastest, but if there was a heavy load to move through mountains, construction sites, or thousands of miles of highway, truckers knew exactly which truck they could trust. The Mack R Model. Introduced in 1966, the R Model quickly became one of the most successful trucks in Mack's history. Its rugged steel construction and dependable diesel engines gave it legendary durability. This was a truck built to work every single day. Construction companies relied on it to haul gravel, concrete, and heavy equipment. Logging companies sent it deep into forests where rough roads destroyed weaker trucks. Long-haul operators trusted it to cross America's expanding interstate highways with massive loads. One reason for its success was Mack's commitment to building many of its own major components. Instead of purchasing engines and transmissions from outside suppliers, Mack often engineered them in-house. This allowed every component to work together as one complete system, improving reliability and reducing unexpected breakdowns. The R Model also featured a more modern cab compared to many earlier trucks. Visibility improved, controls became easier to reach, and although comfort was still basic by today's standards, drivers appreciated the practical layout during long hours behind the wheel. Even more impressive was its longevity. Many Mack R models remained in commercial service for decades. Some are still working today on farms, construction sites, and private fleets, more than 50 years after they were first built. Few trucks can claim that kind of legacy. Number 2. Kenworth W900. Some trucks are respected, others become legends. The Kenworth W900 achieved something even greater. It became an icon. When it first appeared in 1961, the W900 introduced a bold design that immediately stood apart from every other truck on the road. Its long hood, large chrome grille, round headlights, and muscular proportions gave it a commanding presence unlike anything seen before. But the W900 wasn't built only to look impressive. It was designed with the driver in mind. Kenworth focused heavily on comfort, an area many manufacturers had overlooked during the early days of trucking. The spacious cab reduced fatigue during long journeys, while excellent visibility helped drivers navigate America's growing highway network more safely. As the decade progressed, larger sleeper cabs became available, making life on the road significantly more comfortable for long-haul drivers. The truck also offered a wide variety of engine choices from manufacturers like Cummins, Caterpillar, and Detroit Diesel, allowing customers to configure the truck for nearly any application. Whether hauling refrigerated trailers, livestock, heavy machinery, or fuel tankers, the W900 could be customized to fit the job. Its strong chassis, dependable performance, and unmistakable styling quickly made it one of America's favorite long-haul trucks. Unlike many vehicles from the 1960s that eventually disappeared, the W900 survived generation after generation. Even today, more than 6 decades after its introduction, the W900 remains one of the most recognizable semi-trucks in the world. Its timeless design has made it a favorite among owner-operators, trucking enthusiasts, and Hollywood filmmakers alike. Very few trucks in history have enjoyed such an extraordinary lifespan. Number 1. Peterbilt 359. And finally, the truck that many people consider the ultimate symbol of American trucking, the Peterbilt 359. Although it arrived near the end of the 1960s, first entering production in 1967, the 359 would go on to define the image of the American big rig for decades. Everything about the truck projected confidence. The long hood, the towering chrome grille, the polished fuel tanks, the dual exhaust stacks rising behind the cab, and the unmistakable red oval Peterbilt badge proudly displayed on the front. But beneath its beautiful appearance was an equally capable machine. The 359 featured an all-aluminum cab that reduced weight while resisting corrosion, helping operators maximize payload and extend the truck's service life. Customers could choose from some of the most powerful diesel engines available, giving the truck exceptional pulling power for heavy long-haul operations. One of the biggest reasons behind the 359's success was customization. Peterbilt offered countless factory options, wheelbase lengths, engine choices, sleeper configurations, fuel tank sizes, interior finishes. Each truck could be tailored to the owner's exact needs. For many independent truckers, owning a Peterbilt wasn't simply a business decision, it was a dream. The truck represented freedom, independence, and pride in the profession. During the 1970s and 1980s, the Peterbilt 359 became a cultural icon, appearing in movies, television shows, advertisements, and trucking magazines. Even today, beautifully restored examples continue to turn heads wherever they go. Many enthusiasts consider it one of the most beautiful trucks ever built, and after nearly 60 years, it's easy to understand why. The Peterbilt 359 wasn't just another truck, it became the face of American trucking itself. The 1960s were one of the most important decades in trucking history. America's interstate highway system was expanding rapidly. Freight volumes were increasing year after year. Manufacturers competed fiercely to build stronger, more reliable, and more efficient trucks. Some focused on maximizing cargo space with compact cab-over designs. Others introduced long-nose conventionals that offered greater comfort, improved maintenance access, and bold styling. Together, these machines transformed the trucking industry forever. Many of the design ideas introduced during the 1960s continue to influence modern trucks today. And while technology has advanced dramatically, with automated transmissions, digital dashboards, advanced safety systems, and electric powertrains, the spirit of these classic big rigs still lives on. They weren't just machines. They hauled the steel that built America's cities,